Live from the internet and recorded on June 27, 2018. This is the Crystal Chronicles, your official and unofficial Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia podcast, or actually Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast. This is episode 16, and my name is Pierre. I'm joined by usual by my co-host Mark. Hey Mark, how we doing tonight?
Hey Pierre! Hello Dissidians and all of you Twitchers. Doing pretty good.
Good. Correction from last show. We were talking about Cater and our ability Blizzard ROK, and the fact that we weren't too sure what ROK meant. And thankfully, Jen Mars on YouTube was kind enough to educate us in that matter. So he says, Cater Blizzard ROK stands for Rocket. Each magic attack in Type 0 is modeled after a fire gun as a hint of how they are constantly at war in that game. So Type 0 is a very depressing kind of game. That's what I'm getting from it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure if you've ever watched the initial cutscene, you pretty figure that out pretty soon. Yeah.
So
it's not a happy game.
That's what we have. I found a comic, I believe, today or yesterday. In the Japanese version of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia, Lightning finally has their EX, so level 16 and everything. And I thought that comic, without knowing what's Lightning's EX, I thought that comic was pretty spot on, and it's on Twitch right now, and obviously I'll link it in the show notes. So, first frame, you've got Lightning eating a box of cereal that says turns on it. And second frame, it's like, Lightning, what are you doing? And third frame, she's jumping down those turns like it's nobody's business, and it says EX over her head. Now, obviously, if you're not on Twitch or not watching this on YouTube, it probably doesn't mean much. Again, the comic link can be found in the show notes, but I thought that was hilarious because when you go into a co-op and you're the only Lightning, everybody else is just pretty much waiting for you to stop whoring all the turns. So if it gets any worse, it's going to be funny to look at, to play.
I would take that as a affirmation that when Lightning gets her EX weapon, she's going to rise in the tiers compared to where she is in Japan. I haven't looked today on the, which we'll get to later, the tiers in Japan. But yeah, that's funny.
Let's take a look real quick.
It doesn't look like it's any change for her, so it may not be updated that far.
Yeah, I don't think it was.
Anyway, we'll get to that later.
Anyway, before we get into the Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia stuff, more mobile Final Fantasy related news. In Final Fantasy Record Keeper, they have a Dissidia NT crossover event, which I tried to look at earlier and couldn't find much information on. Do they have
Yeah, it's not live yet, I don't think.
It's
coming. Yeah.
So,
it's an upcoming event.
What are we to expect from that?
No, maybe it is live. It is live. Yeah, it's just an event, so you basically fight all the different main characters and get some free stuff, basically.
All right.
Yeah, event-wise, it's not the most interesting of events, but they are doing a summer festival, and this is fun. You get a free relic draw. Relics are just the same as weapons in Dissidia. And for this, normal relic draws are 10, just like in Dissidia. But for this is an 8 draw, so it's free. You get 8 relics. One of them is a 6-star, which would be the equivalent of an EX weapon. And 7 of them are 5 stars.
So it's pretty kick-ass.
Guaranteed rainbow. So that was pretty fun to pull on after all those banners that I pulled on without guaranteed 5-star.
All right. And you've got some Final Fantasy Brave Exvius news for us.
Yes, finally. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius is celebrating its 2nd anniversary. That's 2 years. And because I've been asking for this, again, my letter writing petitions finally really paid off. They're having a collab event with Just Cause 3.
And for those of us at home wondering why you're so excited, what exactly is Just Cause 3?
I don't know, but it's some dudes with guns.
Oh.
So.
Well, there we go.
I assume it's a Square game. I don't have any idea, actually.
Just Cause 3 is an action-adventure video game developed by Avalanche Studios and published by Square Enix.
There you go.
So, but it's not like RPG at all. If you look at the box cover, it's just some guy being blown up on a parachute, and he's shooting at stuff. So.
It's arguably more Final Fantasy than Ariana Grande, but I mean, to each their own.
Yeah, I guess they really jumped the shark.
We were talking about the other mobile games. The one game I haven't played, I don't think either of us have played. So if there's anybody else out there that plays it, because it's fairly popular, is the Final Fantasy 15 mobile game. So
I tried it for about 5 minutes, and it smelled like
it's like a castle game, right?
Not Crystal Crush, but like Family Guy has a game like this. The Simpsons have a game like this. It sounded
like a tower defense game, right?
It didn't look like it. It looked like more of a village building kind of game. But again,
right. Okay.
I gave it a whole lot of 5 minutes, and then I was like, nope, not happening.
Very, very different. It's a very different kind of game, but right. Yeah.
So.
It is a Final Fantasy mobile game, so let's not. Anybody who's out there playing that gives us some heads up about things going on in that game. Feel free.
The big question is: should we care? Should players care about the mobile Final Fantasy 15 game? So if you are playing it, let us know why you hate yourself so much and why it's worth your time.
Yeah, there you go.
Last week we talked about the fact that we would love to do Square a solid and help them in their advertisement with the Final Fantasy 30-year wine. And I've got to say, we contacted Square and we tried to get some bottles our ways. We were willing to pay for it, and the Square people were more than awesome helping us. Unfortunately, there seems to be a lot of weird laws in the United States that prevent the wine store that's carrying those bottles from to either ship them to Canada or to your state.
Or to the state that I live in the United States.
So
so the wine store that's selling the wine through Square is in California. And they will ship to every state around my state. And I don't live in whatever no-name state you want to add into what. I don't want to offend any states. But I live in a state with a very large metropolitan city. And they sent the wine to all the other states around my state. Now, my state kind of sucks. So for a lot of different reasons. Currently, we do have the most governors in jail. So that's something to be proud of. You can figure out where I live. So we could not get it.
We could not. And again, I want to reiterate on how much the Square people really tried to help us, and it really ended up being a law thing because as it was explained to me, even certain Square Enix employees were not able to get their own wine bottles because it simply couldn't be shipped to them. So what we have instead, we decided to brew our own thing. Yes. So we have some nice Chateau Le Crystal Chronicle.
We got the grapes. I haven't worked on the label yet.
That's terrible.
So this is the first draft of the label, but it
might be improved.
It's a red wine. Yeah, there we go. I was hoping. Oh, there we go. It's got it's got a little bit of a kick. It's something you definitely want to drink when you're having, company over, Final Fantasy company.
So, Mark.
Yes. Cheers to your health and your relic draws. That is good. It's been sitting in the car for a while, but it's really good. I crushed the wine out back in a kiddie pool earlier today.
That's the aftertaste.
So it's been fermenting for a good 3 hours. But yeah, yeah, we will soon to be sold in liquor stores.
But not in California.
Very hard to ship to California, though.
Yeah, we won't ship it in California. So again, this is a Chateau Le Crystal Chronicle 2018. So Square.
That means House of the Crystal Chronicles.
It means Crystal Chronicles Castle, but
I took a lot of French classes, so.
Yeah, so did I. Like my whole entire freaking life.
Yeah, yes.
All right. Moving on, before this jumps into a drunken podcast, there is actually a lot of Crystal Chronicle. What am I saying? There is a lot of Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia news with the game update that, or the game maintenance that happened last night. But before that, something even cooler happened. The E3 rewards, in case you've forgotten about that, were sent. And these rewards were pretty badass. We all got 4 power stones. We all got armor and weapon upgrade materials. We all got gil and gems. Oh, armor tokens. 5 armor tokens. So you got 1 free weapon upgrade, 1 free armor or armor upgrade, depending. Plenty of materials, some gems, some money, maybe Dissidia points. I don't remember. I forgot to write it in the outline, but we got so many cool stuff for free. So thank you, Square Enix, for that again. And thank you for everybody who did some co-op during the E3 event and brought their Final Fantasy VI characters.
Except those 2 people that brought lightning. We know who you are.
We're sending you something, and it won't be wine, or actually might be a white wine because nobody drinks that.
They didn't get the rewards. No, they did. Everyone wins. Yep. Everyone wins.
It's like the Final Fantasy portal application. Everybody wins. Nobody uses it. We're not too sure how that thing works.
Everybody wins.
Then there was the Lock or Loki or whatever NT login bonuses for 6 days. And the co-op stickers.
They're done, yeah.
Did you buy any of the Lock co-op stickers?
I did get a Lock co-op sticker. Which one I got, I forget. I basically got... Oh, go ahead.
I got I prefer the term treasure hunter because I am so chanting that one next time someone says son of a sub during a co-op. I am waiting for that moment where he'll call me a son of a sub, and I'll be like, I prefer the term treasure hunter.
That is nice. That is nice.
I'm waiting for my moment of glory to do this, and I hope it'll come. Glory. I've been doing stupid crap on co-op ever since, and it's not happening.
Just trying to fail.
Nah, just kidding, but the day it'll happen, I'll be ready.
Playing Zaz, just anything. Anything. Yeah, I think I got the one that I could use to replace. I'm grinding because I haven't been able to play all day. I've been away doing things. So I can tell you here in a second. I think I got the second one, the one that was like I'm basically using it to replace. Thank you, good game. I'll tell you here in a second what it is. Oh, it won't tell me because I already got it. So not Yahoo. Oh, there are cloud ones. When did those come?
They weren't announced, so let's do that right away. With the game update, they actually added 3 cloud stickers, and 4 cloud stickers, and it's really how Cloud is a very social and outgoing, outspoken kind of guy. So his stickers goes at A. Not bad.
Not bad.
Thanks. Bye. These are your cloud stickers. So
That's
I mean, so there you go. You've got hey,
dun 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 dun
not
dun dun.
bad.
Dun. Bye.
Thanks
Thanks.
and bye. They should have added like something like I don't care about the planet, but
That will be when Squall gets his stickers. It will just be like internal monologue. You won't even be able to see what they are. Like,
oh boy. So yeah, that was what happened, and then there was the maintenance.
Maintenance.
So before the maintenance, it's kind of easy to see when there's going to be maintenance because in the day that precedes it, nothing freaking happens. No event. All the events starts to phase out. All the World of Illusion events phase out, and nothing starts happening. And actually, as of this moment, because in 40 minutes at the time we're recording this, the Lost Chapters Part 2 will be released. But as of this moment, we haven't had any new event, I believe, for the last 10 days. How do you feel about that?
You know, so I have some feelings. You know, it's tough. The good part is, so let's go with the good. So we've had 10 days of nothing new.
Yep.
So that is a great opportunity for people who are new to the game, people who have maybe had to, people who go on vacation, people who don't play every day.
Who those people. These people, how can they live with themselves?
I don't know. It's a good opportunity for them to catch up. And so that's great. It's great to catch up. It's great to have a little, a deep breath, Shabbat, if you prefer the religious term, a break, right? Sabbath, if you're not Jewish, and just kind of relax. Or even just a time to put down your phone, to go outside, to enjoy the great weather. Wonderful opportunity. So I thank Square for that. I used that time to download another game and play that for the last week. So
what game was that?
Dragon Ball Z Legends.
Although I shouldn't be making fun of you because for the last 48 hours I've been playing Chrono Trigger on my iPhone. So
yeah, okay, so yeah, pretty much. Well, that's better than Dragon Ball, but kind of in a Dragon Ball.
Are you still playing that Harry Potter game?
Oh no, that piece of garbage. No. I'm upset people still are. I mean, I don't have time to not play a game, right? But they did roll out a Pokemon update, so I have been logging on to Pokemon Go every once in a while.
Yeah, I've
seen they finally
that.
Introduced friends.
You lost your account or something?
Oh well, my account, the when I played Pokemon regularly, my account was on my old work email. And so there was no way to transfer it from email to email. Once you locked it into an email, it stays with that email. And, I contacted Niantic and all that. There's no way to change it. So I did start over right before we moved last year. But we don't have cell phone reception in the town I live in, so you can't really play. So
what? But, there's still places in the United States where there's no cell phone reception in a whole town.
For my cell phone company, there is cell phone reception for a cell phone company. It's not the cell phone company that I have that I re-upped my contract with right before I learned I was moving. So,
yep. So someone made very poor business choices with their cell phones.
No, I'm happy with my cell phone, but so it's just you can't go out and play and that kind of stuff. So.
All right.
Which is fine. I have other things to do.
On my end, I think it's a good thing because if you remember the original question before we, moved sideways for a bit was 10 days without event. Is that good or bad? And I don't know what you guys on Twitch think. On my way, I think it's good because at some point I'm always find myself doing the previous events co-op. Like, oh my god, this event is ending in 2 days. I got to do all the co-ops and get my armor tokens. And nobody's playing because everybody's doing the other co-op that's on there. So it gave me a little time to catch up. And, so I appreciate some downtime. I'm sorry, there's a cat fiesta going on here. It's distracting. All right, what's new in the game? They introduced the Kupo cards. Now, this is think about it like a daily gem subscription. So for $7 Canadian, probably I don't know, $3 or $4 US. You can get a Kupo card, and a Kupo card will give you an initial 150 gems, and every day you'll get 50 gems. So at the end of these 30 days, you'll have received 1,650 gems. But if you have more money and you wish to support the game at greater length, you can buy a Kupo card Gold, which will give you immediately 500 gems, and every day you'll get 150 gems for a grand total of 5,000 gems. And I saw on Reddit someone ran the math, and it's even though you don't get everything right away, because you get the gems with your login bonuses every morning, it's a better investment, a gem per dollar. Did you get yourself a Kupo card, Mark?
I have not. I'm going to look at it right now.
Because they're only available until July 2nd. Now, obviously, if you buy them, you'll get your daily rewards every day as it should be. But you can only buy them until July 2nd. So. And I believe it's a great way to support a game and getting a little something every day. What are the prices in US dollars for these cards?
Yeah, here, let me go to again. I'm
the gem shop.
I'm playing through my dailies here. Let me go to. I will stop doing that. I promise, because you keep asking me to do things. It's a little hard to do that if I'm doing. So let me see. I got discount gems. Kupo card. Here we go. So my silver Kupo card is $4.99.
Okay.
$4.99. So that's about 1,000 gems. And the gold Kupo card, which you said is around 5,000 gems, that is $15. $14.99. Okay. So normally a 1,500 gem chest is $9.99. So that's about twice as much as the thing. And then a 6,000 mithril chest is $36.99. So that's a considerable savings, right?
Yep.
6,000 gems for $36.99 versus 5,000 for $14.99. Now we do have the sale gems. And so the exclusive discount chest number 2 is exactly 5,000 gems, and that is $24.99. So the gold card saves you $10 US if you are in the United States. So yeah, that's a good deal.
Are you going to get yourself a Kupo card?
I probably not, but it is a good deal.
I just decided to get both cards. As I was talking, I got the other one. So
it is. It seems like a good investment, and it's a nice way to support the game.
Well, someone was mentioning that if you get a Kupo card Gold, it's the same price in the US that you would pay for, say, World of Warcraft, for Final Fantasy 14, or any other subscription. And at the end of the day, it's the amount of hours you're putting into a game. If you can justify it, well, there you go. And see, we should totally turn Crystal Chronicles into a business. I could totally write off the expense right there.
Yeah, we could, we're going to be selling our fancy Crystal Chronicles Chateau, Crystal Chronicles.
Chateau de Crystal Chronicles.
So the business model has started. Let's just be, it's not licensed.
It's first. It was always the plan with you, Mark. First, podcast. Second, the wine. That's exactly the steps.
That's my love. Podcasting and wine. That's my love. I used to have a podcast about wine, but I don't know anything about wine, so
it didn't last very long.
It wasn't very good. It wasn't very good.
All right. Now, more seriously, we've already been recording for 25 minutes, and people are still waiting for the serious stuff. So let's get right into it. The game update,
updates.
Game version 1.3. What change? Dissidia points are up 50 points. So on your daily missions, you'll be receiving 150 points instead of 100 points. This is good, except when you're OCD like me, and when you have like a 950 or 1050, it bugs the crap out of me, but I wouldn't worry about that.
Well, stamina potions are 50, so
that's what I do. Tutorial updated with more information about limit breaks. I figured you're probably not giving power stones away, but there again, it's probably useful for new players. They probably found out that new players weren't upgrading their weapons. So
well, it was very confusing. If you remember the original tutorial and originally trying to figure out what limit breaking was and how it worked, it was not explained very well. So so I have not gone through the new tutorial, but I hope that it is a little bit better and explains it a little bit more.
All right. Various UI and minor bug fixes. Have you seen any? I did. I think I did. At the end of a battle, when you receive the items that you won through the battle, they seem to be swooshing in a lot faster. That's the only UI change I've seen. Have you seen any?
I have not, although I've not been playing very much since the update.
Certain command abilities were renamed. Yuffie rebuff ability now becomes the weirdest ability name ever with quote unquote, I don't need this. So you got a debuff you don't want, hit I don't need this, and set it to the enemy.
What's that even look like on her? That's a lot of words.
It is, and quite frankly, it really has to be the weirdest ability name ever. Setzer's Freeze Solid becomes Freeze Joker.
Yeah, why not? You know.
And something I've seen, especially on Reddit, people complaining about, Sabin Aerial Glade becomes Razor Gale, which was the ability name in Final Fantasy VI, so it's canon again.
Right.
Certain passive abilities have been renamed. Lightning Flash has been renamed to Blinded by Lightning. And multiple characters who had the passive ability Stealth Attack, that passive was renamed to Back Attack. So it's not sneaky anymore. It's just
in the back. Mean.
And Lightning's buffs has been renamed to be more on par with the English version of her ability, of her, what's it called? Stances or phases in Final Fantasy XIII.
Paradigm.
Striker becomes Commando, and Blaster becomes Ravager.
Nice.
There's new class stickers in the Dissidia Point store. We've talked about that. And you probably noticed this when you logged on this morning or this afternoon or tonight. There's a Lost Chapter Part 2 release campaign going on, which means that for the next couple of days we're going to get some new daily bonuses, and that in total you'll get 10,000 gil, 300 crystal clusters, one of each, yellow, white, and blue, 800 gems, 2 SP potions, and 2 relics of all knowledge. That's the relic that gives you like all 3 books, skill, experience, and items multiplied by 2. There's a gear enhancement campaign going on, so your chances of having a great or excellent chance, basically, if you ask me, the worst freaking game mechanic that's ever been in a game ever, because you end up, I could have used so much less items. Hooray. But anyway, that's active right now, and they did mention there's a known issue. The button and everything should say that you've got more chances of having the, like on the draw banner it says there's a campaign going on. There should be something similar on the enhancement button, but it's not showing, so it's a non-issue. But the campaign is active now, so you've got more chances of having a great or excellent upgrade to your weapons. There's a time-limited gem sale. We've talked about this. And there's something that hasn't happened before. This is a first time, if I'm correct. There's a time-limited support item sale. So you've got the support items, except for the item spaces, whatever, except for that one. Item slots, except for the item slots, all of the support items are 40% discounted. So the books.
Yeah, but.
Yep.
Yeah, but hey.
Hey.
They've also.
Hey, listen.
So they're not just 40% off the single. They're 40% off if you buy 5.
What?
So if you go to your item shop.
Yeah, let me go there.
So you can buy a Relic of All Knowledge is $250. But the sale is for times 5. So you can buy 5 Relics of All Knowledge for 40% off for $750, or 5 of each of the books for 300 gems instead of, what are they, 100 gems each? So you basically get 2 books for free.
Okay, I totally missed that.
So yeah, so they added a whole nother tier times 5. And I don't know if that's staying after the sale, maybe not. But that then is reduced. So you might, if you're a treasure hunter or an artifact grinder, you might want to pick up some books of treasure while they are at a discount, or Relics of All Knowledge. They're super fun.
I'm gonna get some books of treasure right now.
Because books of treasure, you can use them for artifacts, for crystals, for your own amusement. You can waste them if you want. You can just read them.
Basically, if you buy them during events, stock on them now. It's a good idea.
Right.
I was hoping we would take more time to get to that point and talk about the Lost Chapters Part 2. And you know what? We might come back to that because we'll have the banner information in 23 minutes as of this recording. So awesome. We're going late tonight, people. Yeah, that's happening. Hey, drinky. But let's move on. You wanted to talk about the Dissidia NT Theme lyrics. I did not see that one coming.
Yes. Final Fantasy, Dissidia Opera Omnia After Dark. Yeah, so there's a theme song.
Yeah.
Right? So you know the theme song, you get kind of
massive explosion?
Yeah, so it's explosion, massive explosion.
Okay,
so you get part of it.
There's a little clip of 30 seconds on the Final Fantasy Wiki. I'm just going to play it.
Yeah.
It's going to be in the show notes, the URL, but here we go, 30 seconds of the theme song. Oops, all right, this is really weird. So the lyrics you just heard, where I can't stop the urge to destroy, it infects like a rising flame, brainwash strange world and reality, I can't take it anymore, we lose track of the preciousness of our life like a shot.
Yeah, so you hear it when you log on to the game.
Yep.
You hear the slow version. Then when you're fighting, you kind of hear the normal version. And it does have lyrics. I mean, you hear it when you listen to our show. It's the opening and closing of our show. And it does have lyrics. So if you play NT, it actually has lyrics. And they are crazy. So, so this is a Japanese game. So I assume we're getting a...
translated
but
version.
The lyrics are not... So this is not a Japanese song that we are translating. The song is English lyrics, right? So I'm sure in Japan they are Japanese lyrics, and then for the English game they have somehow translated them and tried to make them fit. But the person singing them, I assume is Japanese because they sing in this monotone without, I would say, a full understanding of English articulation, or they're just trying to fit the words in.
I was reading
the best they can. It's beautiful. No, I mean, like, they're it's a great singer. Their singing quality is wonderful. I don't want to put down the person singing.
If I was going to sing, it would be terrible. But
it's very hard to understand, but I think the lyrics, if you've never heard the lyrics, I think they're somewhat worth talking about. So let me just go through the lyrics.
Oh yeah, please, for our benefit.
So if you don't want to Wikipedia this, I'll share it here. So the lyrics, it starts with this: unbroken silence in jewel of an island. I think it's a jewel of an island, but anyway, I've listened to it like 400 times. Chasing the light and found a big shadow. This is some deep stuff. Standing in the darkness.
Now we're asking.
Bear my loneliness.
Is the big shadow standing in the darkness or the person singing?
Yeah. So what the heck does unbroken silence mean? Wait, isn't unbroken silence just silence?
Well, if it's unbroken, I mean, yeah. I mean,
it's just silence for a long time. Like, it's just really long silence.
All right, keep going.
It's not been broken. Anyway, I'm dreaming over time.
No, you missed. Bear my loneliness, light and shadow stare me for eternity.
Obviously, we all know that. I'm dreaming over time, clearly to understand a calling given. So now we're actually getting into something by the everlasting. So you got light and darkness themes. That's awesome.
See, and
you got a calling, call to adventure, and then it gets a little disturbing. And you've already read these lyrics. I can't stop the urge to destroy. It infects like a rising flame. Brainwashed, strange world in reality. I can't take it anymore.
Well, see, if I read this paragraph, and obviously this was influenced by the fact that I'm looking at the Final Fantasy Wiki background. I read this paragraph, I can't stop the urge to destroy, and infects like a rising flame. Brainwashed, strange world in reality. I can't take it anymore. I think of Terra in a Magitech armor. Straight away, when she's got the crown by Kefka and she's just burning shit down.
Yes.
This is typically her.
Yeah.
So
what about this next one? Because you're going to get some Final Fantasy themes here in this next one.
All right, go ahead.
Burning anger, which certainly would not be Terra. I want to be stronger. The other side of truth you need to know. Deep inside me, this is my story. That's very Final Fantasy X. Give me the power to receive everything.
See, you said Final Fantasy X, and the first thing I came to mind was Squall.
Yeah, burning anger, I want to be stronger. I don't know if Squall would be angry, but this is my story. That's Tidus.
And now the next one is talking about Cloud and Arid.
I can't get your face out of my head. Perfect landscape full of love. Yeah, this line is terrible. Perfect landscape with full of love, never lasting. What is that? That's not a word. Never lasting. Okay, anyway. Massive explosion. I like this. I'm all on top of this. Massive explosion, cry of sorrow. That's like half of Final Fantasy. Something blows up and we're sad, right? Oh, that ship blew up. Oh, that castle blew up. Oh, that person died. And we're sad. I can't stop the urge to destroy it. Infects like, because we needed to hear that again. And then, of course, this is where it gets real soft. We lose track of the preciousness of our life like a shot. Fall into the slough of ruin, but I can change my future. So it ends with hope. It ends with hope. Not Hope from Final Fantasy 13.
Mino on Twitch is saying the lyrics are referring to Garland. The PSP Dissidia covered his story. And he gives 2 links to the Final Fantasy Wiki. The first one is called Chaos Reports, and the second one is called Cosmos Reports. So apparently, I'm going to read this after. Thank you, Mino.
Yes.
And I'm going to send...
Chaos and Cosmos from the original, right?
The links to Mark, and we'll read on that, because obviously if we're missing something out, but you got to keep in mind the fact that these lyrics are still they're not terrible, but they're weird. I mean, it looks something with my broken English that I could have written.
They're just sung so strangely too. I mean, that's the other thing. You have to listen to how it's sung. And like with no emotion whatsoever.
All right, let's have a quick listen again now that we've heard the lyrics. And again, it starts with "I can't stop the urge to destroy." So let's listen to this again. I can't stop the urge to destroy. See, they're supposed to say it infects like a rising flame. I didn't hear that. Now, let's keep going. It really looks like, or feels like, it feels like these lyrics were translated and they gave that to the singer. She's like, holy shit, I have to fit in the song as it goes, because she's stretching and cutting words.
No, I just like crams like sounds together. It's great. That's how music happens. It's not about the lyrics, it's about the sound, right? It's about what's happening in my ears.
Well, it's not that bad.
No, it's a great song.
I could listen to it. See, if I start
I have
singing,
many times. I downloaded it, listened to it 400 times at least. Just on repeat, just to try to get the pacing down so I can sing it in concert for my Final Fantasy tribute band, you know. That's another part. That's phase 3. Podcast, wine, and tribute band. So it's all coming together. See,
we've been, this is episode 16, so probably 77 if you combine the 2 seasons we did. It's always been a master plan.
Always.
And we had to let Ben go, Ben who was with us on season 1, because obviously he was too straight of a guy, and he said, guys, we can't do this. We got to stay committed and focused. And we're like, no, we're building this business, and that's where it's going. And
it's true.
All right.
Yeah.
You wanted to talk. We've got some time left before the last chapter, so let's talk about the Japanese tier list. That's there's a current and weekly updated list, and apparently the current Japanese meta is very, very different.
Yeah. So we've referenced. So last week we referenced the initial Japanese tier list for when we started playing.
Yep. Saz was bad, and he's still bad.
Yes. So that was a list from the time we started playing where they were in Japan. Obviously, things have changed in Japan.
We hope for them.
And here's the current tier list. And if you're interested, this would be at altamia.com or altima.com.
.gp, actually.
Yes. Oh, .jp. That would be even more sense because it's in Japanese. And yes, you may not speak Japanese or be able to read, speaking doesn't matter, or read Japanese, and that's fine. You don't need to read Japanese to hear the tier list. So it is altema.jp.
It's in the show notes, and I just posted it on Twitch.
Perfect. So who do you think is SS? That is the top tier in Japan.
Squall.
No.
No.
Selfie.
Whoa. I don't believe you.
Yes. So here is SS tier, top tier in Japan currently. Selfie, Deuce from Final Fantasy Type 0, and Laylee. Now, to be fair, I've looked at Selfie and Deuce. They're pretty good. So they're both support characters, just like you would think. They're both healers, just as you would think. Buffers. They're pretty good and brave generators. But they are the top tier in Japan. Now, I don't know what the meta. I was going to look, and I've had some things going on. Not been able to do that. I was going to watch some like multiplayer in Japan and see what's going on. Because it kind of gets similar here in the next tier. So here's the next tier. Eiko, Kate Sith, Kitty, Setzer, Rem, Garnet.
Oh, you're going to love that next one, aren't you?
I'm skipping it. Papa Lamo.
It was Waka.
Edge, Vanille, and yes, for some reason, Waka finds redemption. I have not dug into how on earth that's possible. But currently in Japan, Waka is apparently top tier. I don't know if that's for like one event. I don't know how Ultimate does this, like if it's per event. So like this is a dark boss and so Waka's good. Or if this is just, I don't know the kind of, I don't have the equation, right? The algorithm. Like our previous tier list, our global tier list, I understand. I don't really understand it, but I know the algorithm. I don't know what they're using in Japan. So when that goes to A.
Wait, before you do that.
Yes.
If we just look at the S and SS, I think we can say that within the next 9 to 12 months, the meta seems to shift greatly.
Yeah.
I mean, we're nowhere near characters, what we had.
Special characters. Yeah, the top two tiers are completely different, right? From the list in Japan when we started playing.
Let me look.
Completely different.
Okay, I see. I have the meta from the Japanese version when we started playing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, completely
and
different.
That was in the file I have here. It was in February 27. So SS, you had Squall, Vaughn, Laguna, Cloud, Terra, Yuna, and Lightning's sister, whose name I'm... Sarah. And S, you had Edgar, Zidane, Lena, Snow, fighting monk girl with the purple hair. I want to say Prish, but it's not Prish. Remza.
Lion? Is it Lion?
No, it's not Lion. It's...
Lion's got red hair, I think.
No, she's got purple hair.
Anyway.
Yep. Yeah, anyway. That girl.
Okay.
Some other character, Warrior of Light, and Hope.
Yeah.
So I believe everybody I just mentioned.
Yeah, no crossover. None of them are the same.
Yeah, they're all gone.
Yeah.
Wow. All right, keep going.
So again,
who's an A?
So again, I don't know if this is per event, although this is the same as it was last week. So I don't know if it's per event. I don't know if the meta is longer games, and so you need more support. So A tier, the next tier, we have Orin, purple-haired girl. Is that one of the pirates?
That's Maria.
No, that's not Ferris. Maria.
That's Maria. Fantasy 2.
From Final Fantasy 2. Preesh, Tidus, Vaughn, Vincent. That's
and
not
the name I was
really,
looking for was Preesh.
The painter girl from Final Fantasy 6. Realm. Agris, and that's Palom or Porum. I forget which one is which.
Palom.
Well, why wouldn't they just make them like one character? Wouldn't it make more sense to make? I know, but why wouldn't they make them just like one character, and then you could have like a Palom command ability and a Porum command ability, and then they switch, and you have like the twin ability. Okay, anyway, the different story. Warrior of Light, Laguna, Ramza, and Ace.
See, I like where you're going with it, Palom and Porum.
Yeah, exactly. It makes sense. It's a good idea.
About it. That'd be great.
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Yeah, because their powers are all about working together. Anyway, that doesn't matter.
Well, they only had one power that worked together, but keep going.
But still, it was great. Yeah, so a very different tier list, right? I mean, yeah, and if you want to look right now, Lightning is...
Mino on Twitch is saying they need them as separate characters to sell more weapons.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Oh,
Lightning
boy.
is way at the bottom.
That's sad.
She's not even... Is she even on here?
Yeah, I'm not seeing
She's
her.
not B. She's not C.
Nah, something's wrong here.
D. Here we go. D.
She's in D?
D. No, I just found D. Yep, she's in D. She's the final tier. Bottom tier, interestingly enough, Zaz. Still there. Still there. Poor Zaz. Yeah. Well.
Where's the love?
Someday. Someday, Zaz.
Nope.
Someday. We'll make you better.
Nope.
We'll help you out, buddy. Yeah, no, so interesting. So I don't know what to do with that. I wouldn't be too concerned with it right now, because obviously the game's going to keep changing, and so you kind of have to look forward, but you also have to look where you are and realize who's good right now and kind of balance it out. So.
But you know what I like? It means that the characters that are relevant today are not going to be the ones relevant in 6 months, which means that we're not going to keep playing the same freaking characters again and again and again. Say, you know how we didn't complain, but we mentioned the fact that right now, if you go in co-op, it's either Chocobo or that Sylph. Well, it's just kind of the same thing with characters. We've been seeing a lot of Lightnings, we've been seeing a lot of Squalls, and we know that this is going to shift, and I like that. I like the fact that characters that are irrelevant today are going to get buffed accordingly and are going to get relevant again. So this is really good to know. We know the game's going places.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So
what can you say?
Thanks to DissidiaDB.com, and again, this is the most awesome Dissidia website that ever existed and will probably ever exist. That's Dissidia database. We know what are the upcoming events for the next couple of days. So obviously, in 3 minutes, as of we're recording this, the lost chapters with Balthier, Eiko, and Tidus will be released. And then there will be the Radiant Artifact lost chapters that are going to be available, and you're going to be able to get artifacts for Edge, Terra, Balthier, Bartz, Eiko, and Monk Girl from Final Fantasy 11. You know, the one that's got like the blind thing going on. Ida.
Ida? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And Steiner, Tidus, and Zaz. So you've got that going on, everything I just said in 3 minutes. Then in 4 days, you're going to get the Princess of Dalmasca's event, introducing, what's her face? Little help?
Ash.
Ash, there we go. Mm-hmm. In 6 days, there's going to be the Trial of Ramuh event in the World of Illusions that's coming as a permanent event. So if you didn't get the chance to buff up your Ramuh, that's coming. And at the same time, we're going to get a Radiant Artifact event for, well, again, everybody. In 11 days, we're going to have the Aerith event. In 18 days, we're going to have, I think that's Final Fantasy X-2, the Caring Adventure event. That girl, what's her face? Lion. No, okay, she's from Final Fantasy 11. My bad. So the Lion event, and then we're gonna get the Alexander. Trials of Alexander in 20 days. So we've got lots of content lined up.
Lots of stuff.
Again, this is all on DissidiaDB.com. You click on Global Events, Upcoming Events, and you have a counter, and as of this moment it's saying like 48, 47 seconds to lost chapters, 45, 44, and it's updated like that in real time. So If you haven't visited that website by now, make sure you do that. If you were a fan of, what was the name of my Final Fantasy Record Keeper site?
FFRK Central.
Oh my god, I can't believe I forgot that.
That site that you managed for a couple years, yeah.
If you were a fan of FFRK Central, you definitely want to check DissidiaDB.com. It's not by me, and it's even better for that, I gotta tell you that. Last chapters, let's move on to that now. So we've talked about it. You're going to be able to get Balthier, Eiko, and Tidus anytime now. They're going to be available forever and ever. And with that comes a banner for these 3 characters. And on that banner, you're going to be able... Obviously, it's not an half-price banner. And let's see. You've got all 3 characters, 15 CP weapons, and Mark, we talked about this earlier today, and you are totally spot on, my friend. All 3 characters are available with their 35 CP weapon.
Yeah.
They're unique weapons. You've got Balthier's Capella, Eiko's Magic Racket, and Tidus Brotherhood.
I believe we didn't have Balthier's weapon, right?
And we didn't have Eiko's Magic Racket either.
Yeah, we did, didn't we? She was the first one we got both her weapons, I think, right?
Yeah, did we?
Yeah, I think we did.
Okay.
Priest Racket is the good one, though, so...
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, Magic Rapids. Maybe we didn't get it. I don't recall. I forget who was the first one.
We
definitely got
people
both
on
the
Twitch
Tiduses.
are with me here. Tidus was first.
Okay, Tidus was first.
So... See, I'm so used of being wrong that I didn't even question you.
The Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles podcast, red wine, very high alcohol. So,
oh boy,
the information may not be good by this point in the time.
Oh, come on. So, this is.
So you're gonna pull on this?
I'm gonna pull on it right.
I'm gonna pull on it too.
Now.
Yep, I'm gonna pull on it right now. See what I get. One pull. Why not?
Oh, no, yeah, just one pull. All right, so here we go.
A whole bunch of crap.
We have 1 crap, 2 crap, 3 crap, 4, 5,
that was a terrible
6,
drop.
7, that's not good. Oh,
yeah,
moving on to 4-star.
Really bad.
8, 9. Oh. So I got Eiko's. Okay, so I got 2 of Eiko's 15 CP, the Priest Racket.
That's good.
Which I already had.
Oh, well,
but I can upgrade them. That's good. I'll take that.
I got Tidus's 15 CP weapon, so yay.
Didn't she already have that?
No, I don't have any of Tidus's weapons.
Oh, well, there you go.
No, so yeah, so if you want to try to do your best, be your best, these events are going to be rough for me. So Bart's, Eiko, and Yida for the small summoner get a boost. Edge, Terra, and Balthier get Thieves of the Sky, get a boost. And Steiner, Zaz, and Tidus get a boost from Zanarkand land. Zanarkand.
Can
yes. Can it?
Can.
Can it? Can Zanarkand? Can it?
Question
awesome. So it's live.
Of the week. If you could
hard.
modify a character rated poorly in the meta. Again, we've talked about this last week. You knew that question was coming. You should have prepared for it. Who would you modify, why, and how? Mark.
Am I starting? Yes. Yeah, I would modify Zaz, because it's about time. Facebook tells me I have an affinity for African Americans, and I do. I have many black friends. And so, yes, black lives do matter. And we know Final Fantasy is sometimes a little bit racist. Zaz was a great step forward. Zaz was a great step forward. He did not die. He had great character development. He's a good father.
What's up with the fried chicken stuck in his ear through the entire game?
I love chocobos. Everyone loves chocobos. If you got a fro chocobo, there's nothing wrong with that. That's just a thing. It's just a thing. Everybody loves Choco Chicks. So Zaz, Dodge, I will say Barrett, less of a good father. Zaz was a good father, good pilot, great guy, great character. Needs some love.
If I was either of their kids and I had to bring my father for a fight between Zaz and Barrett,
Barrett's got the gun. Yeah, right.
I would bring Barrett. Well, Barrett's like freaking fridge, or in French we say armoire à glace. How would you translate that? Like an ice fridge or something? Huge guy.
Like the fridge. Like in the Chicago Bears, we had the fridge.
Okay, let's go with that. Because that was poorly translated by me.
We know idioms don't translate very well. So Zaz, what do we need to do for Zaz? And so I kind of took the approach of go with what we have and work from it.
Okay.
So we have aim and attack boost.
We do.
So one of Zaz's big things that he could do in the game was Boostaga, Haystaga. So I think attack boost needs to obviously be a party weapon. That could be with a new weapon. So currently it's target, 2 turns, attack up, critical rate up 2. Keep that, but add a weapon, make it do the entire party, and then give the party Haystaga, speed up, right? And so, and add something else. Anyway, so it's a good attack boost. It's a good speed boost. It's a crit rate up boost. That is excellent. And then aim becomes a debuff. So aim is a defense down, magic defense down, resistance down. I forget how it works in this game. And then it is a brave boost, and then it switches to another attack, which is a brave plus HP attack for Zaz. So he goes and he aims. Everybody's brave goes up. Everybody gets the bonus from the defense down. He's already boostaga'd, Haystaga, because that's what Zaz did in the game. And then he goes in for the attack, and he is a useful character. You're welcome, Square Enix.
That one's free. We'll charge for the next one.
So who are you changing?
I gotta say, when we mentioned that, we talked about the what's her face that was Cater, and the fact that her mechanic where she can avoid. I'm just trying to find her. Where she can avoid attacks from enemies. Let me find her real quick. Level Crystal Strength. There we go. Cater's going to be at the very end. Okay, so Triple Slip, that ability needs to have a target thing. So I would probably add a weapon or something like that. With that, when she hits the enemy, she do like Chateau will do.
Yes.
And it will target it will force an enemy to target her. So I would say with that weapon, when Triple Slip is active and you hit, probably with Blizzard are okay, the enemies will lock on you. So it would be an AoE that will lock all of these enemies toward you. So you take all of the hurt right away.
That would be great.
So that's my idea.
Awesome.
If you're listening to this on YouTube, let us know in the comments who you would upgrade or who you would change, how and why. If you're listening to this on audio, park your car right now. Send us an email at kupo@tccpodcast.com with who you would upgrade, why and how. And these steps are important. Do not write the email and then park your car. Very poor plan.
Yeah.
Park your car
or you can call our 24-hour hotline.
Yeah, Mark
Crystal Chronicles hotline.
Mark will be happy to take your call.
Us.
He's on standby right now. Boy.
Well, the wine is all gone. I think that's means it's time to wrap things up.
All right. Next week, what is your favorite Final Fantasy song? And what is your favorite in-game music from Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia? Original or remix? We'll take anything. We want to know what is your favorite song. Again, this was episode 16 of the Crystal Chronicles, your official and unofficial, absolutely favorite Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omnia podcast, recorded on June 27th. Thank you, people who were with us on twitch.tv/The Crystal Chronicles. We're on all your social media except Snapchat because we're old people. But if you want to have all of our links, they're available at tccpodcast.com. Question, comments, apple pie recipe, wine suggestions, Kupo at tccpodcast.com. My name is Pierre. I was with Mark. You guys have a great time. It was fun being with you. Have a good one. We'll see you next week on the Crystal Chronicles.